This episode is brought to you by TwoLinedMusicHutStore.com. TwoLinedMusicHutStore.com is your all-access to culture. Check out cultural merchandise like leggings, hats, mini boxing gloves, and bags. Also t-shirts like hip-hop, nature, rock bands, reggae, and dark fantasy. Fast shipping worldwide. That's TwoLinedMusicHutStore.com. And now let's check out this episode. When did you connect with Capleton now?
The first time I played backyard when they asked me to serenade. Mm-hmm. And so much DJ was there and everything that all of the bike man them and the mechanic them start saying, "Stars, the youth here." But so much people DJ that I say when I listen to cassette, me telling them. I'm listen to cassette and no matter what me do, them say, "This youth here." Mm-hmm. I'm say, "All right, youth up on the sound now." Ninja was already on the sound. Sometimes when Shabba and them give interview, you hear it and Beenie Man. Shabba was on the sound too. Beenie Man was on the sound too.
Because when Shabba came to the sound, was he Shabba already or he was co-pilot when he got there?
No, when he come, he was Shabba with Niglai Pum Pum. That's all he had.
Okay.
But him and Ninja Man a good friend, and we're playing at Ninja Man house, Mall Road, every week. I think it's every Tuesday or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Ninja Man pulling Shabba for come. I mean, it kind of like the course vice, and that's all he had. Mm-hmm. And they'd go on do the thing every week, and Enkel Irie and all of them build up them status right on Ninja Man veranda.
Crazy. That's crazy to even know that all of these artists were on African Star.
And them boss. And when Shabba give interview and Beenie Man and all them, they will tell you about that. Mm-hmm. I hear them talk that and several chin interview. The idea me hear Capleton and Beenie Man a fight upon Wilford Williams, and it's still going back to way back there.
Yeah. Crazy. Shabba, Ninja. Who else was on the song as somebody that really bust after the fact who was on African Star?
By the time Baby Wayne and Paned and them come around, the DJ and sound kind of phase out. It's juggling now. Mm-hmm. But I'm a part of the crew too.
Baby Wayne, Panhead, because I know even after, because we're going to go forward to come back. I mean, I know this is when like Jack Cure, Sizzla, Military Man, Determined, Anthony B, all of them were part of this African Star thing at that point there. But this is now the early 90s we're talking about here. Yeah. Okay, so even with Capleton now, so then you said you went back, you listened to cassette, and they were telling you, this is the man here. What was his style that you said, okay, you know what, let me work with this man here?
This man had lyrics. All he needed to do was control his voice and control his thing. Mm-hmm. And the only person he reminds me of was Early B. Because Early B is that person that come and spit lyrics like crazy. Mm-hmm. And I say, yeah, I'm going to start working him on a sound. Him go down a jammings and voice a tune for Bravo. And although I was taking him to foreign without a song.
Okay, so then when he was on the song, because you came back to Canada to play some dances.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bring Early B. No, sorry. I bring Ninja, Flower, Colin Roach, all add name, Capleton, no name.
What year was this?
That could be 92.
90. Or it might be a bit earlier because I know by probably 90 or 91, Capleton had Bomber, right? So this is probably, we're talking about 90 or 89-ish type of time.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when everybody finished trash the dance, but I was whispering at me and say, hey, it's your time now to prove yourself, you know. Because Ninja have name already and Flower gun and all them, you know. And them just go out there and hold the mic for the rest of the night and done the place.
On African Star. This was one of those concert hall type of dances?
Yeah, I don't remember which venue it was, but it was a big venue.
Capleton there, wow. So then you said he recorded for Bravo. I think that was number one on the local chart?
Yeah.
Those songs there.
Yeah.
So when did you decide to, okay, you know what? It's now time for African Star Music to start producing stuff. When did you start producing?
You start to ask me to be the manager, and I tell them that, hey, I'm a person that will run off, you know. Mm-hmm. And if I'm your manager, I can't do that, you know. So this have to be a serious thing, you know. Mm-hmm. And while he's fluttering somewhere around there now, I start saying, I have to hit the studio. So I started hit the studio. I used to tell Steely all the tracks that I'm going to make. But because I'm not that frequent in the studio, Steely go and do it. And I say, oh, my ideas are good. So
what was the idea where you say, okay, you probably told him and then you seen this come to light. You said, okay, I could work with this.
Well, after I started telling him, oh, I'm going to lick so-and-so a rhythm and I'm going to do this, that, he go and do it. Mm-hmm. Then I started to say, don't tell Steely nothing, just go to the studio and do it. Mm-hmm. And I started to go to the studio and do it. When I started to produce my songs, and I go to Washington and meet up with a guy named Dave Rubin. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to let him sign Capleton. Dave Rubin look at me and say, I don't like those tracks that Steely and Cleaver makes. All I hear is, we want songs with substance. So I go back to Jamaica now and I say, well, I can't follow that trend. So I start to fix up my thing now and make it with all the music, the percussions, and fill it up with stuff, and it just went.
And what studio were you recording out of?
I work at Music Works. Mm-hmm. They always give me the graveyard shift, and I'm tired like crazy. I never work in mixing lab, but I'm trying to get in mixing lab. They still give me graveyard time. Then I started make a name now, and I can get any time I want.
Yeah. So you really started producing because of Capleton?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he was actually some of your first songs that you'd put out was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was producing for lots of the younger generation that didn't have a chance in the studio. Mm-hmm. So my thing was their opportunity to get out there. Mm-hmm. I have tons of songs in Jamaica, ridiculous tapes.
That you still haven't released yet?
Yeah. I have Freddie McGregor, Jimmy Riley, all type of artists that I didn't release yet. Gregory Isaac, all type. I can put out an album right now with Capleton.
Yeah.
I can put out an album right now with Michael Rose. I don't need no more songs.
Yeah.
I have enough.
That's wild there. We're going to go down that producing journey in a minute there. So what was your first hit that you got with Capleton?
Capleton first hit from my... Well, we had a lot of songs leading up to hit. Mm-hmm. But like the real international hit, put on the wings of the morning and fly. Mm-hmm. And it goes on there.
So that came before tour or that came after tour?
That came after tour.
Mm-hmm. Because I know tour was the one that really broke him into that market there because he had Bomba Red, #1 Panaloco chart, but none of those were recorded for you. Yeah. But the one that really took him to that market there was tour.
Because we went over by Signet and we were trying to get a deal. Because I'm trying to let him get a deal. That at that time everybody is getting deal. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to let him get a deal. So I'm shopping him around, all around. And Liquor John, Atlanta, Georgia. Mm-hmm. He was an engineer.
Okay.
So there was a guy working with Signet that put it together and said, hey, look at John, we'll do it for you, but Russell have a hard time because Russell thing and Slick Rick and blah, blah, blah. I'm saying, I'm willing to take the chance. So Jamaica will come from, look how much tune Sanchez sing over. Mm-hmm. And we take the chance and put out the tune. And Russell called me up and say, hey, that's our rhythm, I don't know what you're saying on it, but it's going on good. And different record companies start running at me now.
Okay, so at first you were trying to get to them, and then now after the remix came out, the tour remix came out, now they started to look for you.
Yeah.
Who else? Okay, because I know you guys signed with Def Jam. Do you remember who else was looking for you guys at that time? Who else you guys are
Atlantic
entertaining?
Records, lots of different big company. That girl over Atlantic Records, she's offering a certain money. Russell is offering a certain amount. Those people in England, who were they again? BBC, them. They were offering a certain amount, and I say, you know what happened? The first cut is the deepest. Make sure you do it right. So Def Jam just decided, that's what you want? Okay. And he give us what we want, and he start to let us do the remixes, Wings of the Morn, Why Do the Eden Range. They all hit the billboard, and things are just going crazy, and we're just out there.
Yeah, because I know you guys did the remix. Little John did the remix, the tour. Which one was Method Man on? You guys did either a song or a remix with Method Man.
Method Man came in on one of the songs because of Def Jam connection, because he was there with me, and we did that remix and put it out. I think it's Why Do the Eden Rage. Why Do the Eden Rage? It could be Wings of the Morning, you know.
I think
it's Wings of the Morning.
I think it's Wings of the Morning.
Yeah. And we have Q-Tip and all of them coming in on combination with us, and because we had to put out a nice hip-hop album.
Because the first album I think you had put out with Capleton was Good Soul?
Yeah, that was all VP.
And then when you guys signed and you guys got the deal, that was when you had put out the Prophecy album.
Yeah.
What was it like working on the album there for Def Jam now?
You know, Def Jam, Russell, he definitely, like, you'd say, well, you guys know what you're doing. You just do your thing. And if I want to do something that is a problem, I go and say, Russell, we need to do so and so and so. You see, okay? And it happened. One phone call, it happened.
Because at this time, you're dealing with Russell Simmons directly.
Yeah. He likes to deal with me directly, where a lot of people can't deal with him directly, because he think we are unruly, and he like the unruly thing. We just make a song and put it out, and the place is going crazy.
Yeah. So now you guys had put out this first album here, Prophecy. What did that do for your career, and where did that kind of take you guys at this time here now?
You know, it did a lot for us. We started doing shows with all hip-hop artists, Queen Latifah, name it, everybody is backstage, and we are on that show, Old Dirty Bastard, the Old 100 Yards. We're there as a little reggae in this big hip-hop show. All of them big shows, we're doing those shows now.
I'm going to go back once to go back forward. Why did Capleton decide to lock up at that time there now?
He did a song that, once I was lost and now I am found. And once he did that song, he was going to Bubba Hill. So he go past my teaching now and he gone to Bubba Hill. And they're telling him that Emmanuel is God and all this thing, and he's taking it really serious. Emmanuel live every time. So every song was Emmanuel first. Marcus Garvey Selassie. I say, no, Selassie first. Oh, leave him alone. And he started to do his thing, and it worked for him.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusica.com.